Thank you, Jeff and Andy, for this request of a song about Halley's Comet in 1910 and 1986.
Get ready. We're going there.
To the comet. Late one night when the wind was still, Daddy brought the baby to the windowsill to see a bit of heaven shoot across the sky. The one and only time Daddy saw it fly. It came from the east just as bright as a torch. The neighbors had a party on their porch. Daddy rocked the baby, mother said amen when Halley came to visit in 1910. Now back then Jackson was a real small town, and it's not every night a comet comes around. It's almost 80 years since its last time through, so I bet your mother would have said amen too. As its tail stretched out like a stardust streak, the papers wrote about it every day for a week. They wondered where it's going and where it's been when Halley came to Jackson in 1910. Daddy told the baby sleeping in his arms to dream a little dream of a comet's charms. And he made a little wish as she slept so sound. In 1986 that wish came round. Came from the east just as bright as a torch. She saw it in the sky from her daddy's porch, as heavenly sent as it was back then when Halley came to Jackson in 1910. Well, there's Paul's Casio being used to...
So it's full...
Some
I like 4 buttons pressed at once then.
Ooh, he maxes it out. If you've got a piece of gear
this
and it has...
machine only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buttons. And you can't even press them all at once. And one of them's this.
Otherwise you could... Yeah, so that doesn't count.
So, I mean, we could have had that at the same time.
Yes, that's right. So what kind of sound world... What I was brought to mind of was like... some sort of imperfect memory of going to the planetarium when I was a girl.
I was thinking about 80s,
very
80s planetarium.
Yep, well done. That's
with
exactly
a bit of random jazz, because they always put that in. Like,
oh yeah, because
why?
somehow
because that's what those guys, their language.
Yeah. I don't know.
80s
You're
planetarium with a bit of John Williams and a little bit of worship.
Yeah, I was going to say there's definite worship going on
Which
in there.
kind of in its way is its 60s,
Said
70s,
amen.
80s.
Yeah, there's amen, and you know, as heavenly sent as it was back then. I mean, I remember Halley's Comet in 1986. I mean, it was overcast. I think it was raining or something.
You talk about it and I'll underscore like they do.
Well, it was back in 1986, and the newspapers were absolutely full of this great story of a once-in-a-lifetime event. Well, that's what this is interesting about, because it is, in this one case, it's not once in a lifetime. It's twice in a lifetime. And probably somebody is continuing to do it. And probably somebody... This is his happy place. He should just do this walking down the street. It would make him very happy. I always break character. You'll know that. No, it's true that I can't take that bit so far. Not unless I get another 20 pounds. No, seriously. It was big news. Stop. It was big news in 1986. So Eudora Welty, she told these stories from her Mississippi upbringing, and this was one of them, was that her father held her as a baby to see Halley's Comet, and then when she was an elderly lady in 1986, she saw it again. Well, she probably won't remember. I'd imagine there were some people in 1986 who were toddlers who will remember it and who will have the same experience of seeing it twice, because when's it next due? When's it?
About the same, is it?
In the comments, when's the next time? Yeah, I know, about the same, but what year would that fall on? If it's about 80 years every time it comes? Anyway, apparently originally, like in 1910, they sold like comet pills, or was that the previous time? In 1820?
I don't know.
1830? They sold the comet pills to protect you from its harmful, whatever they made up that you needed protection from, so they could sell drugs, or, well, in that case, not drugs.
Medication.
Junk, snake oil. Dried snake oil, powdered finely and put into it. Yeah. Anyway, that was a very creative suggestion.
That was all about that. Thank you so much for the
Mary
request.
Chapin Carpenter.
Let's take a little picture
And she
just
did-
like this, so it's
oh,
all
yes.
on a thingy.
Yeah.
And we're going to tell everybody. Oh, sorry, you finish your sentence.
Have I finished? I don't know what I was talking about. Oh yeah, I did mention the composer, Mary Chapin Carpenter. I think that's how you pronounce it. And she made a children's, like a picture book about this that goes with the song. You can buy it. People will know way more about this than me, so you could put it in the comments. But it's a charming little song, so yeah, thank you.
So thank you so much. Thank you, Andy. Thank you so much to everybody's request on Living Room Requests. Please go to patriciahammond.com/request to request your own. We'll make this last April 2024, which will give us 4 years of Living Room
4
Requests.
years continuous.
If in the meantime you'd like lessons with me on musical instruments,
He'll
go
teach
to
you how to do 1980s planetarium.
matt-redman.co.uk/lessons.
Got to make my 1980s planetarium lesson by 4 o'clock.
If you want to, yeah, I was thinking I should do a radio or television closing like jingle thing instead of our usual one.
Oh right. Okay.
How about that?
How
and
about
then
that one?
maybe I'll go to it and then just end.
Okay.
So thanks so much. Okay, here we go.
What's the jingle?